Hey ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon here, and well, to answer a lot of the questions that people have been asking over the last few weeks, yes, I am indeed watching Attack on Titan Season 4, the final season. I know a lot of you have been asking that question for quite some time. Unfortunately, the dub didn't come out at the same time as the sub, so it has been a bit of a delay. And I know I'm a little bit behind because the second episode has just been released for the dub, but we're here nonetheless. So firstly, I want to ask if you haven't, please do subscribe. This channel has a lot of cool anime content. I also have my main channel, which you'll always find in the description below, where I react to live action stuff, I do Star Wars stuff, and loads of other things. Now, you'll probably notice that the picture-in-picture for this is a little bit narrower than normal, or it's a little bit shaped differently, just because this is a show that historically I've had a little bit of trouble to react to because of copyright and whatnot. So I'm trying a few different things just to kind of limit the perspective of the video picture-in-picture, but hopefully it won't be too much of an annoyance. But either way, it's to try and make sure that these videos cannot be copyright struck. So the final season, and this show has been such an enigma for me. It's been such a strange show, especially the last season, where we did get a lot of the answers to some of our questions. We found out what was the wider world like. We saw that everything that had happened on a self-contained island, and that the rest of the world was much more technologically advanced than, we'd imagined. We learned that, there's an ancient war between two peoples, and that led to the king of one of the peoples fleeing, building the walls out of titans, and then you had the whole story with the royal bloodline, which we've seen kind of come to fruition. But we're really kind of in a battle now, and I know there's a new studio taking over the animation. So one of the things I'm going to be interested in is to see how the new series looks. I'm not quite sure as to the background as to why there's been a new studio takeover. I remember watching the trailer many months ago and just being very confused as to what was going on. Not just because of the different art style, but just because, the story in general, that seemed to be going on there. There was a lot of modern stuff going on, and I was just a bit confused. So my guess is that there's a lot of stuff here that's going to end up being off the island and in the new world, as you might call it. It's going to be interesting to see how they sort of go about this final season, because if I'm right in thinking, there is still quite a lot of stuff in the manga that hasn't been covered, so they've got a lot to kind of condense and put into this final season. And I hope they do it justice, because, 4 seasons doesn't seem like a hugely long time for a show that is this popular, I guess. But again, that could be down to production issues. I'm not 100% certain. Either way, we're going to jump in. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters, Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Nick Walters, The 7 Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Michael Y, Clara Gros-Louis, Mr. Greg89, Tyrone Tyrone, Pobinhas, Matt Okeefe, Olly Brown, and Sophie Leske. So, without further ado, let's jump in.
Good. I'm glad you're able to talk to us.
Okay. So this is definitely not on the island. Holy shit. So this is like a World War I setting almost. The trenches, the guns. He's got shell shock. Yeah, what is going on? Where are the characters that I know? Warrior candidates.
Second, they want to judge us. They're choosing their next warrior.
Is that the warrior as in the Titan?
Almost here.
It sounds like you have an idea. Go on.
Let's use them.
So he must be a warrior candidate as well, because he's got that insignia.
Able to do it. They can wipe out the enemies in the trench and the pillbox in the blink of an eye.
They're the Allied forces' newest weapons, anti-Titan cannons.
Anti-Titan cannons? Jesus.
Armor-piercing shells, capable of bringing down a Titan with a single shot.
I was going to say, why don't they just use the Titans?
They're incredibly fast, sir.
The loss of the colossal and female titans caused a perceived lapse in Marley's strength. That
So
spark
colossal and female. I mean, we know where the colossal ended up,
what is it that makes our mother
and the female
it is today?
was with Annie, I think.
Or the 7.
Having to remember a lot of this stuff again.
Keep throwing them away. Are you not loyal soldiers who've sworn to fight and die for Marley?
Oh god, they're being manipulated. Second-class citizens, you know.
To atone for the past and serve our motherland with honor.
Doesn't matter how much they do, the Eldians will never be seen as equal.
Guard the suicide squad.
The Suicide Squad? Jesus.
You may be spawn of the devil, but through your actions here, you can cleanse yourselves of that disgrace.
What the hell must they be thinking?
By our motherland.
They've been indoctrinated so badly.
Look, Colt, you're the chosen successor.
Colt.
You need to take a page from Zeke's book and learn what it means to lead.
I was going to say Zeke is... Isn't that Aaron's uncle?
Destroy the tracks and the train.
True. And super valuable, especially compared to these.
Wow.
Might never find a warrior candidate who's as talented.
Narcissistic or what?
They won't be this cute. To think that you sacrificed that many soldiers just for me. Will you really do
Jesus.
Fine.
I think she's going to die.
destroy that train and prove no warrior candidate deserves to inherit the armor more than me?
She's playing a good game. Boom. She did it. Oh, damn, you should have shot her. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, what if he gets shot? Whoa. Oh, it's a Titan. Which Titan is that? I'm getting so confused. So they've got the Armored Titan and the Beast Titan. Hello, boys. And there's the Scout Titan. It's so weird seeing them in actual military combat rather than being the monsters that we thought they were. Why are they retreating? Are they dropping... Is it bombs or Titans they're dropping? But they're not the size of Titans. Unless they're all going to transform now. His yell transforms them. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh. They're just like lemmings just falling from the sky.
We're preyed upon in the same way. By Eldians like you.
Oh jeez. There's the anti-Titan cannons.
Another wall.
So this can't be a...
Tired of all these walls.
Yeah. There's the Armored Titan. They even break through his armor.
They can even pierce my armor.
Holy shit.
What the? What hit me?
Another train.
There's another?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he got saved. There is the Beast Titan. Oh, he is just going to throw those bombs right at the port. Very much like he did when he killed the scouts in Ervin.
We're about to win this war.
What? Oh! The ships fired at him. I'd say he wrecked that navy.
The war also made it clear to the whole world.
Holy shit.
The power of Titans would soon be eclipsed.
By the power of technology.
The leaders of Marley would resolve to obtain the founding Titan as quickly as possible.
Thanks to the incomparable bravery of the Marleyan army, Fort Slava fell and the
No mention of, the Eldians. Marlians didn't do anything. It was all the Eldians. Okay, so you'll forgive me if I'm a slight bit confused because it has been a long time since Season 3 aired. And to be honest, they've kind of thrown us in at the deep end here. So if I got anything wrong there, if I was confused in any way or I make any wrong predictions, that's my excuse. So at first I was thinking, is this a flashback? I was thinking, is this maybe some kind of a history for us to see what happened outside of the island, during some kind of a war with maybe some of the Titans that we've already seen. But as time went on and as they were talking about certain things, such as finding a replacement for, they said warrior candidates, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure they said a replacement for the Armor Titan. Which, from last season, we learned that if you take on the power of a Titan, you can only do so for 13 years, and then you die, and the power has to pass on to someone else. So I'm thinking, is Rayner, who is the Armored Titan, is he coming to the end of his time, and so they're looking for, someone to replace him? That seems likely. And he certainly looks older, so I don't think that was a flashback at all. I think this is us going on a trip into either the future or the near future with a war that's going on in the outside world between this Middle East alliance and Marley. Obviously we learned about the Eldian and Marleyan rivalry and how Eldians who were originally, given the power of the Titans, have had a massive fall from grace, and they are treated as second-class citizens, at least the ones that remain in Marley. And you can see that here. They were going to send people just like lambs to slaughter in the war. And there was definite kind of vibes of World War One, the trench warfare, the sort of limited technology, the hopeless assaults that would end in, massive casualties. But we were introduced into new characters here. Falco, who said something interesting because he didn't remember where he was. And he said, wasn't I just, swinging around with two swords? Indicating that he was a member of the Scout Battalion or someone back then. I don't know. It's very kind of confusing. But what is obvious is that there is more and more anti-Titan technology coming out. So the time of the Titans is coming to an end. Regardless as to, whether they, find new candidates for the roles, weapons are always going to develop. And, God, I can only imagine, what the Scout Regiment could have done with some of those weapons. Can you imagine? Could have saved a lot of lives. But yeah, they said that they'd lost the Colossal Titan, which they had. We saw Reinhardt was killed in last season. They've lost the Attack Titan, which we know is Eren. But they mentioned a few others. I don't know who this Galliard is. I don't know which one he is. We saw the Scout Titan, we saw the Beast Titan, we saw the Armored Titan. But I just don't know who Galliard is. They've got a very strange Titan. We've probably heard the name of the Titan before, but I just don't know which one it is. Overall, slightly confusing intro to Season 4. But I'm going with it, different setting, different world, new studio. So I guess, we've just got to go with the flow. I'm sure everyone will be explained in time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and leaving a like, and I will see you for the next one.